What is going on, everybody? And welcome back to the KellyCast, where we are taking you through our Bills and Cowboys official game preview on the KellyCast. Didn't you tell me you were wearing
I
Cowboys gear?
did.
What is going
I
on,
did tell that, and I completely forgot to turn the sound off on the iPad as well.
Hey,
So,
I know you love my voice. So nice you hear it twice. But go on,
yeah,
please.
absolutely. I did, but I just can't bring myself to wear it against the Bills, man. I just can't do it. I love the Bills with all my heart and soul, and
You still put them on the display case, though.
I
I mean,
did. I did put them up for the display because it's the only time I get to do that. I
yeah,
think
yeah.
displays are cool, and I thought it would be a cool
I tell
display
you,
to have.
back when like the field house was still popping, I would go over there before every single game to where WGR was doing their radio show, and I would take the close up picture of the helmets next to each because I loved it. So I love the fact that it's up there. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, it's
I'm
just
a
for
big nerd.
display purposes, but they're the Dallas Cowboys are secondary forever and ever.
Yeah, I'm a big nerd for that kind of stuff. We have the Kelly Cast Prediction Championship here, of course. Your Week 14 champions, myself
On the
and
line.
Mr. Aaron Walton. This week, it's me, Kevin, Aaron, and that's it. And
Yeah, my dad didn't give me his pick.
yeah, that's all we have this week. But it's been exciting so far. Yesterday, a couple interesting
Mhm.
games. You had Vikings and Bengals go into overtime,
Yep.
and the Bengals ended up taking that one. The late game was a blowout in favor of the Detroit Lions. I know you got that one on me. The Jets are getting blown out as we speak, so that was a bad choice by me. I may not be the Kelly Cast prediction champion next week, and at the end of the day, I think I'm okay with it as long as the Bills win.
As long as you get more than five, the Kelly Cast record for lowest amount of
Yeah, I
wins
love that. I
during the
love that.
week.
Let's go through the inactives real quick for the Buffalo Bills. That being safety Micah Hyde, defensive end AJ Epineza, Jermaine Ifedi on the offensive line, Alec Anderson also on the offensive line, and Puna Ford at D tackle. They paid Puna Ford like $3 million just to be inactive all season. Pretty interesting, but you don't
Yeah,
love to see that. Um, Micah being out, you know, I love the safeties, Mike. I know you know that because I got the Micah jersey. You had the Poyer jersey for a while,
yep.
and we love them because they were so good for so long. That ship has sailed. They're no longer the top safety duo in the league. I don't even think they're up there anymore. I don't even think they're top 10 anymore.
Not this year at the very
They
least.
they're
Maybe.
having an off year for sure. And you can say it's age, you can say it's the scheme, whatever you want to call it, because it did change a little bit with
And
Frazier leaving.
it's not just those two. It's really the entire Buffalo Bills team. They're just
Yeah, but the
starting to
defense has
wake
still
up.
been really good
Eh,
in general,
fair.
especially in the pass rush department. Against the pass, against the rush, Buffalo's been really good. But Micah being out, I don't like it. I don't love it. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I don't think it's the biggest thing in the world. As much as I would have maybe last year.
I still think it hurts pretty good again, especially again. He's a veteran. He can still play the field.
That's fair.
Call the plays, help the younger guys like Bernard. Who's at the helm,
I,
who's
I
got the
still
helmets in it.
I still think he'd get burned at least once. So, not that I don't want him out there, but I don't think it's going to hurt too bad. Epineza is the one that I don't like to see. That's the one that I don't like to see. We
That
talked
one
about him a
definitely
couple
hurts
weeks
bigger.
ago. Last week, he was a part of the KellyCast Knockouts of the Week for his performance against the Kansas City Chiefs with the deflected interception to himself.
Hmm.
And he's been having a hell of a year. I think he's right around 10 sacks this year and just great production. I'm hoping maybe there's a Von Miller site today. Maybe there's a Von Miller
Maybe he
site.
can
Dallas is
finally
his
show up.
home.
You think, right?
Dallas is his home. So let's hope maybe this is the game where he gets his head out of his ass and finally does something. How do you feel coming into this matchup? Because the Cowboys are hot, man. They're 10-3. They've been blowing out
As
people the past couple weeks.
as a Buffalo Bills fan, I'm very nervous. I'm very nervous. Um, with a slight sigh of relief here because the Dallas Cowboys this year have not been very good on the road.
Okay.
And they've not been very good against teams who are actually top tier. I know the Buffalo Bills haven't played top tier football this year, but they are a top tier. There's no mistake about it. They're a top tier team.
Yeah. And I think at the end of the day, whoever's in the AFC, if you see the Buffalo Bills in the playoffs, if they make the wild card round, You better be scared. And I'm not talking about the scare that my girlfriend says that I am of her. I'm saying piss in your pants, terrified, because really, it kind of felt like the way this season started, at least against the Jets there. And we got hot after losing the first week.
Yep.
Kind of felt like, okay, we're going to have one of those seasons where we don't play great in the regular season, but once the postseason's here, we're there. We're that team.
It's on.
And we still have that opportunity. We can still take first in the division, and we can still get a wild card spot. There's a lot of scenarios.
Absolutely crazy with the way that they've played the beginning of the season up till now. That they can still have a shot to take the division from the Miami Dolphins.
I think Miami's going to win today, though, and that's going to make it a lot harder. The inactives for the Cowboys are also out, Mike. Safety Malik Hooker, defensive tackle Jonathan Hankins, wide receiver Jalen Brooks, running back Mike Kelly. Deuce Vaughn. Cornerback Eric Scott.
Both 5'6".
And offensive tackle Asim Richards. I don't believe any of these guys are starters. Hooker might be a starter at safety, but I don't think so.
I think he might be a fringe starter. I can't remember. I should probably know that, but
you should. I don't blame you. You got two Rugrats upstairs. It is what it is, man. I'll take a look for us to make sure to see whether or not he was the starting safety.
Well, like you noted,
he was. Okay, so Jaron Curse is the one. Malik Hooker is the other. So it looks like Donovan Wilson is going to get the start today. You want to talk about a safety being missing against a good team? Let's talk about Josh Allen, right? Let's talk about Josh Allen maybe targeting a couple downfield throws this week, looking for that big ball. Who's in the chat? Please let us know. If you're here, leave a like. Let us know what you want to talk about. We just got done going over the inactives for the Bills and Cowboys. We mentioned how you feel about Dallas. Let's get into Buffalo, right? Last week, beating the Kansas City Chiefs in dramatic fashion. Did you see the fines?
I did.
I sent them to you. Did you see them before I sent them to you?
Yeah, I don't even remember you sending them to be honest.
Okay.
But I did see them online, and I think it should have been more. I'm disappointed.
You're disappointed?
No, I think it's fantastic.
I told you, usually those fines are $10,000. And if you guys did
50,
not see, Andy Reid for $100,000 and Patrick Mahomes for $50,000. It's Mitch, honorary Kelly, Mr. Mitchell Smith. Thank you for stopping in. We appreciate it.
What's up, Mitch?
Leave a like, bud. Let us know what you want to talk about. Are you concerned? Who do you think is going to have a big game? Let us know. We'd love to talk to you. Yeah, those fines were ridiculous. I think they were well warranted, for what they did. So, and I knew the NFL was going to come down hard, because if the NFL said, okay, we're going to fine these guys $25,000 a piece, other teams would have seen that and would have been like, oh, that's all it takes. I can get into an official's face. I can talk shit about these guys, and it's only $25,000. Okay, I'm going to do it. But then you charge them $50,000 and you charge the head coach $100,000. That sends a message to the league that says, hey, we don't allow this. So I think that's crazy. But let's get back into the Bills, because fuck the Chiefs. Let's be honest. They're just getting hot at the right time. With a win today, I've seen stories that with a win today, the Bills go right back in it, man. Like Josh Allen's the MVP favorite if that happens. Like all these crazy scenarios. So I think you need to win. You're the home team. This is a primetime game. Josh Allen done historically well against the Cowboys in his career thus far. I don't know, though. The conditions aren't the greatest out there right now.
It's just rain. Is it supposed to be windy too?
It is.
Okay, because the wind's going to be the problem. So I think you see a lot of ground game if it gets to be real windy. I don't think the rain matters for the air game as much.
You don't think so? The ball being slippery?
The wind does. No, I don't think so. Now with the gloves that these guys have and everything, I don't think that makes as big of a difference as the wind does.
Between 8 to 10 miles per hour for the wind, according to Michael Gehiken of the NFL.
That's not too bad. That's not crazy windy. So
going to be interested to see how this game plan works, because we saw a different game plan in Kansas City last week, kind of more running the football, right?
Got Cook more involved, absolutely.
We saw a lot of that.
Like that. I think they definitely need to do that a little bit against this team, especially with the way that they blitz.
Okay. Can you read that comment from Mitch? I can't see it on my screen.
Definitely nervous for the game. I think Dallas will come out of the gate strong, but hopefully we close. And who's not playing for us, and weather takes into factor, you think.
Okay. Did you see the inactives, Mitch, or do you want me to go over them again? Because I will if you need us to. That's fine. I think the weather plays a little bit of a factor, but again, you mentioned it's not crazy. Hopefully, it doesn't lead to a missed field goal for us or something like that, like it did
Right.
against the Cincinnati Bengals. Concerned, yes. I think there's a very good reason to be concerned. Number one being number one. Micah Parsons on that defense is absolutely wild. He's going to be up for DPOY for sure, and I think he is a game wrecker. Even with a good left tackle in Deion Dawkins and a bad
Yeah.
right tackle in Spencer Brown, I think you're going to have a hard time. Mitch says to go over the inactives. So Mitch, your wish is my command. I'll go over them one more time for you. The big ones are Micah Hyde and AJ Epineza for the Buffalo Bills. The other ones, Jermaine Ifedi, Alec Anderson, and Poona Ford, all backups or guys who have not really been active for a single game this year. And then the Cowboys are missing their starting safety, Malik Hooker, and a bunch of other guys who just aren't dressing today that haven't dressed all season.
Yes, sir. And I am definitely nervous as hell as a Bills fan. I hope we get the Josh Allen we saw last week, the angry Josh Allen, the guy who's poised. He definitely seems back.
The composed Josh Allen.
The composed.
Okay? You can be angry. You can play angry. That's fine, but don't let your emotions just get the best of you.
10 straight.
Oh, the game he finally doesn't turn the ball over. Mitch.
That is correct. We have not, in a game that Josh Allen has not had a turnover, we've won every game.
Mitch, I hope so. I'll be honest with you. But at the same time, if it's like an interception at halftime and they tackle him, I don't really care. What I care about is when it matters. When you're in the red zone, you're about to score points, and you give away the football. That's when I care.
I think the game comes down to penalties. I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, Dallas is one of the most penalized teams in the league.
Okay.
So if they can keep that up, they're going to have a very tough time against Buffalo.
Last week, the Cowboys had a solid outing against the Eagles, beating them 33-13. Looks like in the penalty department, they had 7 for 60. So that's not the worst I've ever seen, but certainly not the best. You can do a lot better than that.
Mm-hmm.
1 turnover last week, and they forced 3 fumbles. So I think ball security is the thing we need to talk about, right? We've seen Mr. Number 4 be not so great with the ball in his hands at times this year. So hopefully James Cook is having no butterfingers before this game.
Got that extra stick 'em on those gloves. whatever you got to do.
It's not illegal. It's okay. It's okay. If it's helping the Bills, it's not illegal. That's the rules.
From now on, it is. Now that the Chiefs have been clearly pushed out of favor.
Let's go keys of the game, Mike. Where do you want to go? Do you want to go to the offense, the defense, the special teams, the coaching? Where do you want to go?
Ooh, I think offense. On offense, you have to try to confuse that defense, because they're very good against the pass, against those deep balls. Even with Diggs being out, Bland has been a turnover machine this year.
Okay.
And he also holds the record now for most pick sixes in a season. So
they are 5th in least passing yards allowed. So you are right. When you say they're good against the pass, I do have the numbers to back that up. Only allowing 180, averaging 183.9. That's wild. You're keeping quarterbacks under 200 in the year 2023. Absolutely insane.
Exactly. So I think that you have to turn to the run game a little bit on offense for this game. But the Cowboys expect that, so you got to learn when and where to throw the ball.
Yeah, and that's exactly what it is. It's about a lot of things today. Did you see the quote from Diggs? Stephon Diggs. Let me confirm it was not Trayvon. I know Trayvon is on the Cowboys, so just to confirm which Diggs it was. There was a quote that came out last week, and everybody kind of blew it out of proportion the way they always do with Stephon Diggs. It said he was asked about his lack of production this year, basically, because like he's having like his least, I believe, like targets or least amount of yards.
His
or
least
something
productive
like that.
bill is or least productive year is a Buffalo
so
Bill
far
in his career.
And he said something along the lines of, I don't know that you can't blame me for that, or something like that is what he said. He said, it's not me that is putting myself in those positions. But they cut that quote right there. That's what they did. And Diggs went on to say, but if we're winning, it's okay. That's what he said. If we're getting the ball to other guys and we're winning the game, that's what matters. That's the thing with the media, dude. They try to control the narrative, and it's not cool. It's not cool at all. Mitch says the run game is a key factor. Mitch, you're right. But the Cowboys are no slouches against the run either. They are 13th against the run. So you're going to need to do a good job. I like what you mentioned with confusing that defense. A lot of motion, a lot of pre-snap. Put James Cook out wide, see if it's man, see if it's zone, attack it accordingly. Football, as much as I don't know how this analogy works, I don't think you're going to know either, but we'll see. Okay. I don't like chess. But football seems to be like chess in a lot of ways because,
very much so.
One piece goes that way. You have to make sure that you match it or obviously do better would be the goal in every situation. You know who I've been disappointed with on the Buffalo Bills this year?
Who's that?
Sam Martin. Okay.
You think they should bring the punt god back?
No, that's not what this conversation's about. You're going to get Mitch all riled up. No, I don't think that's the case. I think he does deserve a shot in the NFL, just to be clear. I don't know if it's going to be with the Bills. I just don't like what he's done this year. We've put him in position to nail a few punts and give our opponents some bad field position, and it just didn't work out, right? Like I remember against the Denver game that we were at, he had a couple of bad punts. And I know, maybe some of that's weather, but other punchers have done okay here.
I was gonna say, whether or not you got to be able to get through that weather. You're gonna kick and stuff like that throughout your career, and especially in Buffalo, which is it's like a wind tunnel down there. So
100%. In net average, it looks like the Bills sit around 4th. Let's see, average per punt. Yeah, way down. 29th. In average yards per punt at 44.7. It's kind of close if you look at this list, right? Everybody's kind of within, a decimal point or a yard, but the league leader is 52.3, and that's a big difference from 44 to 52.
Absolutely.
Even if it's minuscule, right?
That's what I was going to say. Let's move on to who has impressed us so far since they've been here, and of course, Mitch wants to talk about them. Douglas on Lamb. Douglas has been very good for us since he's been here. He's had a MVP caliber since he's been here, kind of thing. He's done very well.
I don't like that with a corner. I don't like that with a corner. I'll be honest. I think it will be interesting, yes, but at the same time, it's not that matchup because we know what the Bills do, Mitch. We've talked about it a lot. Soft zone coverage. I will say, against Kansas City last week, when they had the ball and they had the chance to score, we were not in a soft zone every time. It didn't seem like it. It seemed like there were some plays in there where it was actually man coverage, which astonished me. Honestly, I almost had a heart attack. But we'll have to see if they try to disguise the coverage a little bit more. I do not see CeeDee Lamb in a lot of one-on-one situations today. I kind of see Poyer maybe drifting to that side of the field and helping out.
More double coverage, but then you leave guys like Cooks open who's pretty decent.
I don't like playing against the Dallas Cowboys.
And then you also leave guys like what's the tight end?
Jake Ferguson.
He's
had a good year. Yeah, very good year. Solid.
I mean, they've got a multitude of weapons. They're kind of like the junior version of the San Francisco 49ers. No matter which way you look, you've got weapons somewhere on the field. Even Pollard, even though he hasn't had as good of a year as he should have had, he's still a weapon on the ground for you.
Okay. Prescott is the 13th most sacked quarterback in the league at 29 this year. Number one by far. Sam Howell.
I was going to say, I thought that was Sam Howell.
Sam Howell at 58.
Yeah,
that's 30 more than Dak.
You got Tyron Smith on the left side. You got
yeah, but still, 13th is not where you want to be. You want to be lower.
They've still got a decent.
I'm just saying, if you want to get a key to the game for the defense that is not CeeDee Lamb, how about pressuring Dakota Prescott into some bad throws, because the Bills are
You-
second in the league in sacks. You're missing up in again, I want to see some stunts. I want to see Vaughn get active. I want to see Floyd, man. What a hell of a year that he's had. Very impressive.
Yep.
Let's see a blitz every now and again. Maybe Bernard comes in.
I fully expect that, because when you pressure Dak, he definitely can. He'll throw the ball up.
Yeah, and
So
forcing turnovers may be a way to beat this team. If you're going to beat the Dallas Cowboys, I'm very happy that this game
is the way, that and keeping your penalty yardage down.
I'm very happy that this game is in Buffalo, because if this game was in Dallas, I already know who I'd be picking, and I'd be very upset.
It would be Dallas all the way.
It would be. They haven't lost there since week 1 of 2021. I'm going to select the Buffalo Bills. I'll be honest with you. If they lose today, I'm going to be disappointed. I'm not going to be shocked, depending on how it happens. Let's be clear, because like this is the first year I've had a girlfriend during the football season, like legitimately, and she pays attention, and she's like, "Oh, why are you upset?" It's not that the fact that the Bills are losing; it's the way that the Bills are losing. So at the end of the day, I kind of want to see how the game goes before I can give you my thoughts. I'll be crushed. I'll be honest with you. You know, I'll be a little upset, but I don't think the season's over if you lose. So let's focus on winning. Let's focus on the matter at hand, one game at a time. We're not looking forward yet, right? We got our eyes focused on the Dallas Cowboys. I'm taking the Buffalo Bills. And one of the other reasons I'm taking the Bills, Mike, I already lost this week, most likely. So I don't care. I don't care about my prediction record at the end of the day. I care about the Buffalo Bills a lot more.
Same thing with me, but man, could this be the game that Dallas has a nice game on the road? It could be. The way that their track record has gone, it's unlikely. So I'm gonna go back to picking the Buffalo Bills.
Okay. Mitch says, unfortunately, I will go Dallas. I just don't know. Mitch, that's a fair assumption, especially from somebody who made a pact to stop being a Bills fan if the Bills don't win a Super Bowl during Josh Allen's contract. Just a little lore for you guys.
Yeah, I can't do that. I can't go that far. Maybe just take another couple years off, but I can't go that far.
Just a little bit of lore.
I'm way too invested in this.
I can see Dallas winning this game. I'll be honest with you. It's going to come down to a lot of coaching decisions. Let's see McDermott put his big boy pants on and say, hey, this is a big game and we can win big games.
Yeah, and you gotta take some chances and know when to take those chances. So,
and this is the point where
conservative crap. This is, as they've been saying for the last week or so, this is playoff football from here on.
I will say that, yeah, they were asked about like Josh Allen rushing the football a lot more. And McDermott was like, yeah, it's that part in the year where we need to do whatever we can. Like, that's just how it is. I kind of wish they were doing a little bit more to start the season. But,
yeah,
you know, Ken Dorsey's gone.
Take the first half off, and now they're like, hey, okay, now that you've not injured yourself completely.
Now that you guys
get out there and let's give them hell.
Now that all the fans are almost 50-50 on whether or not we're going to make the playoffs, now's the time for us. Oh, God, sometimes
the life of a Bills fan.
Sometimes we hate it. So we're both going Bills. Let's take a look at the KellyCast crew. They are not here, but I will shout you boys out anyway. I know you're probably watching football. Mr. Aaron Walton and Mr. Kevin Lester. Let's take a look at what they did in this game. I'm assuming they both went Cowboys, but again, I'm not gonna say that before I take
a look. If I remember looking at the list during all the videos we did, I believe they did pick Cowboys.
So
at least one of them did. Somebody picked the Cowboys in that group.
Kevin with the Cowboys, and we have Aaron with the Cowboys. So Kevin, Aaron, and Mitch, the honorary Kellys, have all ganged up against the real Kellys. Right, will the real Kellys please stand up?
I was going to say, I think you're all banned from the show now. No.
Guys, we want to thank you for watching this video. If you haven't checked out the other videos on the channel, please do. All our Week 15 predictions. Some of them went up on social media. We're figuring this out. We're figuring this out piece by piece.
Yes, we will. Right? We're gonna work hard during the summer, aren't we?
You will. That's my vacation time. I'm the star. You may get the views, but I'm the star.
I'm planning our trip. I'm planning our trip to the. I got to get some kind of help.
As always, guys, we want to thank you once again. Please like, share, and subscribe. And before we go, we leave you with a Go Bills.
Go Bills.
Very surprised you didn't wear your Cowboys.